What's good? Yeah, I'm I'm killer. I'm loving it. It's a good day to be alive and to be streaming with Cody and to be reading part 2 of Chainsaw Man. Cannot wait. Nice. Nice. Which I am. Which I am is so fucking that's peak. I love that. Tell him, Cody. But yeah, I cannot wait. I It's insane because you've been saying for a minute that it could be ending soon. So like getting it's like confirmed, right? Like that is going to be the last chapter. Yeah. Okay. So I knew. So I. But has anything by like Fujimoto himself been said, or is this just like okay? So that's interesting because there could be a part 3 maybe. Because I remember when part 1 ended, and I was in the trenches and reading weekly for that, and I was like, "Well, it's over. It's just over." Then it wasn't, and that's shortly after I put it down and I was like, "I'll come back to this when there's a more substantial chunk," because it's like in the intro bits there's just less for me to feel passionate about and cling to, I feel like. And so I was like, I'm just gonna let this pile up. And I did for a good while. And we planned this read through partway into our Boruto one kind of loosely before really, in my opinion, there was any semblance of another ending happening. But then like shortly after you were like, oh, it could end any second. And so it's really interesting because I remember feeling that same way and seeing the community divided for the end of part 1. So I'm going to be the contrarian here, knowing nothing contextually of the ending of part 2. And I'm going to say there will be a part 3. It's a take. It's certainly a take of all time. Yeah, but without further ado, though, if we got over 100 chapters to get through, we gotta book it. Hey yo, They found him. They did it. Movie's over. We mission accomplished. I am before Genji eats the fish. It's gonna happen. Yeah, it's some shit like that. Anemone. You're doing so good. You're killing it. You go, Cody. Hell yeah. Some autonomy from a main character. This gives me the Arthur clenched fist vibes. You know what I mean? Like oh shit. Bum, bum, bum. Shit. This man's learning. I like this. Her hand is in the middle of the word snap as well. Like it's interrupting even her own onomatopoeia. You know what I mean? That's crazy. Yeah, was it zombie? I think he was feeding off of zombie. It might have been two different devils, like working kind of side by. So I think he fed off of zombie. I don't remember if that was the one that was the big issue, but yeah, that's. Let us know in the comments. You know, like Someone probably knows. I feel pretty confident that it was zombie, but I don't know if there's more to it than that, you know. That's who it was. It was literally the Eternity Devil, yeah. Damn, we're both so dumb. We're so stupid. Oh my god. That's so easy. I'm sorry. We're fucking idiots, Cody. Holy. It's Patrick. It's little baby boy, Patrick. With just like his little aloof grin, he's just like, And that's the end of the manga. No, I'm sorry. Wild. What a sentence to say out loud. They do it different in Japan. Yeah, dude. From all the delinquent shit that I've seen, like Japan's crazy. Their streets have got to be wild. Damn. Bruh. Cody every time he tries to freestyle. Bro, you've never felt more seen by a blind man. Holy shit. Ain't no way. It's literally no way. I'm gonna be brave. I'm gonna be brave. I'm gonna say it. This character trait is worse than Tamaki's Lucky Ledger lore. Because you know what? Because it actually affects the plot in a negative way several times. So this is worse. I'm gonna say that. Yes, this is the okay. No. Damn. Yeah, I like it. I like it when Pochita does it, but not Asa. She doesn't get the pass. Never hand this girl anything ever again. Like, what the hell? The cat, her mom, like, this is the definition of fumbling the bag. This is crazy. Ew. That's crazy. Oh my god. I was I was about to say the most foul shit. I literally cannot. You will get banned. You just will. I'm not gonna say it. Oh my god. That's no, that's not even what I just ignore me. Proceed. He's a cosplayer. This face is perfect. He's literally crying. This is a really crazy reaction. Like, this is insane. That feels like a crazy scene. I'm sorry. What the hell? Yeah. I'm still I'm still losing it over the Death Devil because like that obvious that's all it feels obvious, you know. But that's a crazy thing to say. When him saying, I have come to terms with my death, and then bringing that up, I'm like, no, you haven't. Like that's crazy. Like, well, he's like a prodigy too. Yeah. It's it's a crazy little throwaway interaction, and it feels like in the anime it's gonna be like 2.3 seconds, and then they're gonna just cut away into some other shit and like not give you like the full like breath to like linger. You know what I mean? But that is something that like really stood out to me. No, I heard that shit's mid. I heard it has a trash ending. I heard the anime did it better, so I'll just check that out. Relatable. Just fucking at me, Fujimoto. Like, I think that it's really is interesting, and yeah, something should be said about the way that Fujimoto is able to characterize somebody for so long, so consistently to have me expect absolutely nothing. In fact, less than nothing. I expect a net negative from most social interactions that Denji is a part of to some degree, right? And the scale can it's not always up to 11, but in certain circumstances I just never expect him to like be him, and then every now and then he does. And the way that Fujimoto has kind of had it so that we see him as this doofus, but he's able to do these like crazy like profound bits of like burst development, and then they go away like it's nothing, and it's just such a unique characterization, you know what I mean? Because like it sets me up to be impressed by him even when he does the simplest things. You know what I mean? In a good way. It's like, yeah. I just think there's like a lot more layers to it as well that I wasn't even really considering when seeing this at first, because he hasn't made like a significant bond with Asa, but like we see him going out of his way to do this, but it's about what he's going out of his way not to do. Like you said, he's not just going berserk and tearing shit up. And I think a part of that is because of the deal that he made with the other guy, the guy who's like who knows he's Chainsaw Man. Yeah, so the fact that he had made that deal already is like, I feel like enough of a reason for him to not like make his job harder and go crazy right now, because there are literal other members of the Devil Hunters Club present right now. Some who probably glaze him and some who might not. So I don't know. Like it's interesting. He could just go crazy. And I don't think that there's enough of a reasoning between him and any other individual in this circumstance to not do so, except for his homeboy who he made the deal with. And the deal ultimately was still to touch boobies, was it not? So it's like, it's funny because it's progress, but it like doesn't seem like, if it's so wild to think about. And then he did something for himself. Yeah. It's just like little simple things though. And like the fact that Fujimoto can like concoct a scenario with character interactions that just are the most bare bones and simple things that you could do, you know, but like it still comes across with this level of like depth and nuance, and like it feels like legitimately profound in a way that it's like I've seen like some crazy like finale type bits that execution wise were, they fell a little flat, and I'm like, I was expecting a little more from that, whereas this is something so simple and basic, and I'm like, damn, that was dope. It's just crazy, you know. It's not my favorite way of storytelling, the way that Fujimoto does things from a broad scale, and there's like certain moments I can cherry pick, and style wise it's not like up my alley, but I cannot deny the quality of some of these interactions and the amount of time it takes to get it all across. It's been like what, 20 chapters since we met this character, and so seeing like this moment, and Denji wasn't even in there for half of it, it's just it's really cool. I like this, I like it a lot. My honest reaction right now. Hey yo. That's crazy. Yeah, that is crazy. What the fuck is happening? Money, 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 money. I just imagine crazy sax. You know the was it the Benny Hill like the crazy sax the like while they're just running around like comically 1.5 times speeded, you know, like it's like an infinite aquarium. They're like going off one end, coming out the other. You know, like it's like looping. You know, like Hanna-Barbera shit, where they're popping out through different doors. Same energy. Yeah, yeah. Damn. Wait. The heel turn is crazy. Same guy. Goodbye development. Oh my god. Say less. I'm sorry, what? This is insane. Oh, yeah. It's like a Jumanji. It's like a Jumanji vibe, you know, like when everything's just like coming out of the freaking of the little game case. Like, it's like that same kind of vibe. Like she sees him, he sees her, and then she sees him seeing her, and he sees her seeing him. Like, you know. That's how that works, right? Please fucking tell me that's how it works. I don't know, Cody. Oh, thank God. Sorry. Based. Is this Riz? This is crazy. What a crazy way to end. Oh my God. Head empty. Dude, what? This is stupid as shit. That's insane. Imagine somebody's like been charging up and they go for their ult and this. That's your reaction. Like, holy shit. It's just like a thumbs up, finger guns on the way out. Like, holy shit. I'm just thinking of the memes, like the worst. The memes is like the worst thing she could say is no. Like, that might be up there. Top five for sure. Girl, you can't lie. Why even? Okay, that's what that was. Okay. Oh man. Dude, he's such a messy bitch. Oh my god. Oh, this shit looks gorgeous. You see this? You seeing this? My god. Vape Nation, y'all.
Vape Nation.
Hello. I don't. You have not said. You said one of them, but you didn't say like the one. I feel like. Hey yo. Okay. His face. It's a crazy thing to say. Oh shit. That must have been a crazy week waiting for this chapter. Holy shit. You know I gotta play it. You know I gotta play it. um, I'm not going to. I'm not going to. I'm not going to. I'm not going to. There's no way I could do that, right? There's no way I could do that, right? Like that would be so fucking wild to me. Would that be crazy? I have so many points. Is there a more appropriate time to play that? I'm sorry. Can you think of one? Yeah. Facts, though. It is a very interesting introduction, but that's I don't have much to go off of right now. No, I think they did a good job of they did a good job of like showing that like you said, the Denji's come a long way in certain aspects, and we've been, acknowledging and analyzing that along the way. But knowing now that all of that growth has been in tandem with this person, because he's mentioned them twice before, and obviously it's like really interesting the way that it's set up for this reveal to kind of do so little but like tell so much. You know what I mean? Well, it's also something I wanted to point out is Yoru specifically is the one that's like laying down here, and that they show in these two panels previously, but then it doesn't show Yoru, it shows Asa like standing up. So like that's interesting also, I feel like. Yeah. And I mean, it's this is going to sound very bizarre out of context, but like consent is a human construct, because there's in a lot of the animal kingdom they don't really have that kind of thing in their societies and whatnot. So like with devils and even fiends and things like that, being obviously completely different species, that is like the way that they handled this was a lot more tasteful, because look at this, these characters are fully clothed, and I don't have to, it doesn't feel like, yes, it's an uncomfortable like territory, but I don't think that this was like in any way shape or form like a distasteful or egregious use of obviously a difficult plot implementation. It's like they could have just taken like the Gooner route, it could have been like way crazier than this. So I get like that it's for sure like 100%. Yeah, I'll never forget that. but But it's like, yeah, this isn't like if people get 120 chapters into this series and get upset by this, I think, what are you doing? Like, you like, that's like hate watching. You know what I mean? Like, that's like hate watching like over 2 straight years worth of material. Like, what are you doing with your life at that point? Or they just didn't read it and only heard about controversy and then wanted to stir the pot more. I mean, that seems like crazy. You know what I mean? Jesus. The triple down here on this expression is crazy. Yeah, that's wild. He's so stupid. he's, he's such a dummy. Oh my god. This building looks crazy. It's like the third time they've said that. What the fuck, dude? What the fuck, dude? That was a crazy time to leave, Cody. What? We're like an we're like an hour and a half in. I think you're fine. Cancel him. I just want to say right here and right now, I do not. My values are not reflected by the views of SSJ Cody. Jesus, this is insane. I'm sorry. This is the craziest shit. Just watching this happen right now. What the fuck, dude? Akira. I mean, it's the second time you said this. No. Oh my god. Yes. I don't know what you want me to say. Yes, I see that. Stupid. Wild. Mhm. It is a really cool shot, just like being able to pull off this kind of like crazy thing happening all on one single page. It's really interesting. I like it a lot. Dude, she's got act one. It's crazy. Oh my god. She's trying to get back to zero, dog. Like, oh, and it's like so crazy that her whole thing this whole time has been falling. And this is who she's facing off against. Oh, foul. You mean the floor? Clearly, that's the floor. Yeah, the new floor. No, no, no. It's the new floor. Come on, keep up. This is insane. This is insane. Yeah, that is something I was gonna bring up. I'm like, not only is it strange that that would happen in Japan, it's extremely strange that it would happen in Chainsaw Man specifically. You know what I mean? Yeah. Oh shit. Hey Cody. Can you check and make sure stream can hear you? I don't know, I just checked.
Is this a scuff stream? Is this going to be the first one I don't upload to YouTube? Oh
They
my
can hear you
god.
now.
That's crazy. Well, it hasn't been the whole time. And they've heard you. But, man. Scuff stream, y'all. Oh well. The show will go on. We're here with chapter 126, Food Fight. Head split open. Scream. Denji like getting thrashed back by the falling devil after they have repaired themselves. Denji looking on, the devil retorts, "You must be Chainsaw Man. I won't kill any more humans. There's no need for us to fight. My final task is to drop Awesome Ataka into hell and then I'll take my leave." Did you say drop Awesome Ataka into hell? That's right. I was given this job to feed the residents of hell. Awesome Ataka is the final course. Nothing you say makes sense. Though this is great. Now I have an excuse to kill you. Keep your hands off my ex-potential girlfriend! Oh dear. You're impeding my cooking. I must ask that you leave. Fall. And as they say fall, Denji is taken back to Denji, and he has the memory of losing power in Aki. Whew! I don't like that. Denji screams, and he starts falling upward. That's that. Now, to follow Awesome Ataka said, "Eat this!" And he falls back down and starts slicing back into the falling devil. What? My goat. That my goat. What? When I fight devils that use mental attacks, I cut up my brain as a rule. Duh! Corn dogs. I want to eat corn dogs from, France. You stupid boy. Fucking Denji is actually, like, the smartest and dumbest character in all of anime. I cut my own brain open so you can't use it against me. Oh my god, I love him. Absolute peak. Yummy! Stop that! I'm not a corn dog! As he starts eating the falling devil. Perhaps, though, you're right. A chef ought to experience being eaten at least once. Hey, yo. Line cooks are having a field day with that chapter. I thought that would make you giggle at least a little bit, Vex. You gotta eat their booty holes. Thank you for the 5-star experience. If you'll excuse me, it's time I've returned to my cooking. And that they literally manifest themselves, regenerate out of Denji's stomach, which has never happened before with a devil. That is kind of crazy. Uh, but even so, Denji wastes no time and runs his chainsaw through her face, and she goes to flick and like separates Denji like his name is Gojo Satoru. And he's in two now. I detest ugliness. You there, Vex? I want to make sure your mic's working and everything. I'm missing the boy. How we doing, chat? Are we doing Chainsaw Man? I like part two a lot.
Hello?
Oh my god,
Okay.
he's back. Oh my god.
Yeah, my OBS just force updated and I didn't notice that it closed.
Oh, I was like, what's going on? I thought the line cook line would have definitely got you. Because they gotta eat their booty holes. Um yeah, so this person literally regenerated inside of Denji's stomach. That was crazy too. Um and then they split Denji in half. Uh I detest ugliness. Poof. And they leap from in the middle of Denji, and he's just splurting blood. Get
What a
back
crazy
here.
sentence.
Yeah. And Denji looks on, and somebody sees Denji and cuts their hand open and starts feeding their own blood to him. I still need you to fight, Chainsaw Man. And as he's being fed the blood, the falling devil is leaping through the city, and they find Asa. It found us. I found you. Chapter 127. Save the Asa. Crumble. And we see a hand pointing out from the house. Ah! And she starts grabbing onto something before she falls. Asa! Ugh. And we see the devil has grabbed Asa by both sides of her head. I can tell by the way your muscles move, by the smell of your sweat, your attachment to life is weak to begin with. No. And what truly scares you right now is the shock of the impact, the physical sensation of falling, the darkness of the sky. That's all. Close your eyes, and I can promise you a peaceful fall. And as she's, as she like, she can't hear Yoru screaming. Um, Nothing is getting through to her. She has the memories of her caretaker, of her previous companion, of Crumbum, and all of that welling up inside her causes Asa to close her eyes, and she starts falling. And Yoru gets further and further away from her view. It's true. I feel so at peace. And we see her going further and further down. I won't have to cause trouble for anyone else or get my own feelings hurt anymore. I won't have to lie in bed thinking about all the things I did wrong as I wait to fall asleep. And then she opens her eyes slightly. Oh, but I do have one regret. Even one person. Even if it was only one person with all my heart. I wish I'd. And as she's falling, Denji catches her before she hits the ground. Come on! Whoa! Chainsaw Man, that's heavy. Wait huh? What? Stop! Let go! No! Whoa, whoa, whoa! I'm okay with falling. I accept it. Are you nuts? Life is nothing but pain. Getting made into a fool, getting your expectations up only to be let down, isn't it? Well, yeah, but like, whoa! And now they both start falling upward. It's like the worse you feel, the heavier you get, but upward. Think happy thoughts. Dogs, cats, dogs, dogs, cats. Ah! Oh, we stopped. Cats, cats, ice cream, ice cream. Huh? And don't make me remember cats. I know how you feel. Believe me, I've been there. What would you know? No one has had it worse than me. And Chainsaw Man just looks at her. Just when life seems super awesome, as soon as you let your guard down, some crappy things happen out of nowhere and it screws it all up, right? You know, life isn't all bad, but day in, day out, all you can remember is the bad stuff. And the disasters keep piling up like a hamburger made of crap, right? And they both look at each other. How did you get over that, Chainsaw Man? I haven't. I'm not over it. And they keep holding each other's hands. Only, I've got something to live for. Something to look forward to so much that I'm willing to eat that crap burger. What's that? Sex! I want to have sex!
Jesus fucking Christ, bro. She starts crying.
She starts crying and saying, ew! That's where the chapter ends.
That's crazy.
Chapter 128, main dish. Gross! You're a creep! I changed my mind, forget it, go to hell! Huh? It's not gross. Sex is like super beautiful. Think about it. Humanity grew to this size because sex feels so damn good. We're both here now because of the power of sex too. People only have sex because they have nothing better to do. Like somebody else's saliva and sweat mixing together with yours. It's just gross. Are you for real right now? Nothing's better than somebody's saliva and sweat mixing with yours. And it also looks on, it's like, wait a sec. What makes you think you would ever get any? Wait, huh? Even if I can't get any right now, when I'm older, I'll eventually get a girlfriend and then, huh? Are you for real? No woman in existence would want to have sex with a guy with a chainsaw sticking out of his head. Duh! No! And then they both start falling upward now. And they both start screaming, making their way to the door, and they make their way onto the plate with the apples, the ears, and the head. And they look on and they see another person. And as Chainsaw Man picks up Asa to try to make his way to the door to get out of there, something hits him and like rips his intestines open. And then we see it takes his head too, and we get a glimpse of the figure behind him standing ominously. But as Denji's head leaves his body, he grabs it by the chainsaw base and sticks it back on and revs his engine again to heal it. Which, cool as fuck. And Denji makes his way to the door, and as he gets there, it creaks open, and the falling devil opens up the door. My main dish does not call for Chainsaw Man. Leave Asamataka and I'll send you back. Can I at least bring her ass back with me? pervert. And then the devil is sliced up into pieces. Also, devil got a fat ass in this panel right here. I'm just saying. That's a dumb truck, Fujimoto. What are you drawing? Oh dear, things keep happening to me today. And they're sliced in the middle of their face. The falling devil has no tolerance for diners who leave their food unfinished. They'll desperately try to devour Asamitaka lest they be killed by the falling devil. Please evade them until sunrise, Chainsaw Man. Chapter ends. Chapter 129. Save me, Chainsaw Man. And we see, from the amalgamation of this body, they have chainsaw arms and a chainsaw running through their head. And as Denji is holding Asa, the falling devil says, "To Chainsaw Man." Yeah! And they're pushed out through the door. Ow! Denji laying there flat on the ground. Asa, now's our chance. Finish him while he's down. Kill him and I'll return your body. You'll finally be rid of me. And then Asa looks on Saturn and Yoru. Yoru looks disgusted. I screwed up. Just when I finally begun to understand you. You always do this. Why? Why must you always do the opposite of what I say? Asa picks up a rock and smashes her hand open with it. Ow! They both cry out, and she feeds her own blood to Chainsaw Man, who she doesn't even know is Denji, by the way. And we've seen her repeatedly say how much she hates Chainsaw Man. But because of that one interaction, you don't have to take it so far as to save my mortal enemy. You're crossing the line. Between that time with Yuko tonight, Chainsaw Man has saved my life twice now. Besides, watching Chainsaw Man makes me think if a piece of trash like him is allowed to keep on living, then maybe it's okay for me to live too. That's why. And the tentacle comes. Yeah, no, that's like peak. The tentacle comes out through the door, and as Yoru screams Asa's name, Asa screams out, "Save me, Chainsaw Man!" and revs the engine. And as the tentacle makes its way to the ground to crush them, we see Chainsaw Man grab Asa from the debris, land on top of a car, and as the car is crushed, they've already gotten out of the way, and he is leaping again. But every time they make contact with what seems to be a safe footing, it is assaulted by the tentacles, making its mass towards Denji behind him. Sorry, I might not be able to save you. And more tentacles are assaulting them throughout the streets of Japan. And we see that the tentacle seems to originate from the beginning one back at the door. And it keeps crashing through all of the buildings. Ugh, I'm getting tired. And Asa sees a motorcycle down below. Chainsaw Man, steal that motorcycle, please. Don't be stupid. I can't steal that, you thief. A woman's riding it. Well, steal that guy's then. Beat it! And he kicks the dude immediately off. That
crazy.
Yoch! Don't blame me. Blame the chick behind me. Oh, crap. Hey. Could you teach me how to ride this thing? Super Chainsaw Man motorcycle! And as the tentacle crashes its ground, from the bottom, on the next page, one of the coolest fucking shots of Chainsaw Man, ripping through the tentacle, is a chainsaw motorcycle. And the guy says, "That's my boy!" Oh my god. Chapter 130, Kill Bill thing. I just know Fujimoto was having a field day drawing this motorcycle. This shit looks so cool. Yeah, Denji and Asa are making their way through the streets of Japan on a Chainsaw Man motorcycle. The bike turned badass! Didn't know I could do something that awesome! That fake Chainsaw Man said if we can outrun those tentacles, we'll make it out of this. You believe that fake? They saved us, didn't they? Oh, crap. As tentacles start amassing above them, they all start crashing into the ground, but Denji just starts driving on the wall because it's a chainsaw motorcycle. Of course you could do that.
Obvious.
The devil inside of there seems to be getting more and more impatient. And as it does so, it puts its tentacles on its face. And as it does, it starts amalgamating outside of the door into the tentacle that's chasing Denji and Asa. And even Denji is surprised as it makes a swipe at them with a giant mallet. Whoa! And it keeps trying to clobber it. And Denji even comments, what kind of devil even is that thing? No freaking way! Ahead of us, look out! And in front of them is a falling building. Fujimoto got that dog in him. But yeah, the falling devil literally makes a building fall in front of them and says, eat this. And on the next page, Fujimoto got that dog in him. Look at this double page spread. The building literally crashing into
This
all
is
of
crazy.
Japan. Yeah. But it doesn't matter because on the next page, we see Denji literally driving through the building. And as he drives through the building, he shoots up and we see the devil is fucking massive. It's like a dune sandworm in its vagina. Like, it.
Okay.
I didn't know what to call it, but yeah.
Wild.
Chapter 130.
No, you got there.
I got there.
Yeah.
The taste of crap. As they both start falling towards the belly, beginning to eat them, the chainsaw revs up on the motorcycle and it starts clattering on the teeth. No! I did say diners who don't finish their food must die. But the food isn't supposed to be able to run. As she takes a finger and flicks it forward, and they fall into the mouth of the beast, and it eats them. How is the taste of humans steeped in fear? And it barfs them up. I made that with meal, with love. How dare you throw it up? Now you die! And as it points its finger, a giant hole is ripped through the fucking demon like it's nothing. And it dies! Asa and Denji are passed out, and the devil looks on and bows its head. I sincerely apologize. I failed to feed Asa Mataka to the diner. Okay, return. And the falling devil erupts in flame in front of Fami. And it seems to turn into a small effigy of what we saw at the beginning. Which, when we remember, with like, are those nipples or not? But, Fami takes up the small little doll of the devil and asks, how'd you make the devil barf them up? Control. And from behind them is Nayuta. I controlled the devil's brain a teensy bit to make the humans taste like literal crap. And we see the chain break off of the devil. Why are you after Denji and this girl, sis? And Fami turns around to meet Nayuta's gaze. Nostradamus' prophecy is coming true. The ultimate terror will soon descend on this world. If that happens, the new age of humans will end. ushering in an age of devils. I like the sound of that. Sounds fun. I don't want it. Why not? If an age of devils comes, things like pizza and Chinese food will cease to be. What? No more pizza? No way! I know. It's the worst scenario imaginable. At this rate, neither I, nor you, nor Chainsaw Man will be able to stop this prophecy. But War Devil could be made to win, possibly. What gives? You just tried to kill her. My intention was to starve War in that devil's belly. I can turn the starved into my pawns. Work with me, Control. With our strength combined, the age of devils may not arrive. And as they have this moment, the Yuta says, "No way!" Why not? Because I have school. And then we cut to the school. Raise your hand if you know the answer. Me, pick me. I know, me. And we see a cute little picture of Pochita raising their hand because they know too.
What do they know?
What do they know? Chapter 132, Protection.
What do they know?
Shota, Yumi, give me your desserts. Okay, here. Ow. Is it just me or are a lot of kids absent today? I heard a lot of people are moving away from Tokyo. More kids are probably dead than moving, don't you think? Miu died too. She's meaning you mean. Oh, really? And we see a bunch of soldiers entering the school and dashing in and pointing all of their guns at Nayuta. Power outages continue to affect all districts of the Tokyo metropolitan area, with planned blackouts scheduled for districts above. Report any persons inciting fear during the confusion to this number. At this time, confirmed casualties and missing persons exceed 2,000, and Aso wakes up on a couch. As she wakes up, an old man next to her. My grandkid, about your age, got crushed by the debris. Make way, please. Ah, excuse me, coming through, excuse me. Those who are seated, please make way. Chainsaw Man saved me again. It isn't Japan alone. Gravity fluctuations caused by the falling devil's appearances are triggering cave-ins and landslides one after the other across the world. In a world veering towards an apocalypse, can we really count on politicians and devil hunters? Who is it that beat both Falling Devil and Gun Devil? That's right, it's Chainsaw Man! Chainsaw Man saves us for no reward, and I want to work with him. And I and those who think like me founded an organization, and its name is the Chainsaw Man Church for World Peace. The Chainsaw Man Church is now recruiting talent to fight alongside Chainsaw Man. Help us prevent the coming prophecy of Nostradamus. Fight with us at the forefront. Woo! Oh, peace! Izumi, was it? You really buy this Nostradamus stuff? Hey, you're still in school, right? Careful now. If you fail college entrance exams before the end of the world, your life is gonna end first. Ah ha. Damn it! Fammy, did I really have to appear on that lowbrow variety show? They spun my every word into material for that host's jokes. Relax. The ridicule was the point. Why? You don't need to think. It's like Fammy says. Your job is to be the face, Fammy as the brains. Together, you move the body, the Chainsaw Man Church. And with the body, you're gonna walk towards a world without evil, aren't you? Yes, I know. It's all for Chainsaw Man's sake. And we see Denji tied to a chair in his underwear. And we see Bushido talking to him. Gosh, this is a relief, Denji. I'm glad I got you to protection, safe and sound. You call this protection? Falling asleep in class only to wake up tied to some chair? Asamataka is in the hospital. They said her injuries are minor. Where's Nayuta? What about the dogs? As of now, we're protecting them. Same as you. And Denji falls forward, lunging at him. You just try to do this to them, and I'll kill you dead! Send us home right now. I'll even tongue your butthole for a week to thank you. We won't harm Nayuta or the dogs. No tonguing necessary. Not while you're under our protection anyway. Go to hell! And the chapter ends there. Chapter 133, Chainsaw Man protests. And we see a protest of Chainsaw Man. Hunt Chainsaw Man. Chainsaw Man is trash. He's dangerous. We're tired of him. I wanted to show you these protesters. They're calling for public safety to treat Chainsaw Man as the devil, to put him down. But why? I'm a good boy. Because they don't like you. Oh, those guys clashing with the protesters are followers of the Chainsaw Man church thing, right? Why are they fighting the protesters? Because they like you. Feels kind of nice having people fight over me. Before, the Chainsaw Man church consisted largely of your fans and devil victims. Recently, though, increasing numbers of young people are joining just for the hell of it. I'm told the membership now exceeds over 20,000. The bulk of them are still in school, but eventually, they'll be old enough to vote. Apparently, politicians are already starting to contribute supplies to the church too. You no longer have sole control over Chainsaw Man. Hopefully, it will stop at these smaller protests, but there's a chance that Chainsaw Man mania is evolving into a larger conflict. And? What do I gotta do to see Nayuta and the dogs? I want you to do absolutely nothing. What's that mean? I'm asking you to never transform into Chainsaw Man ever again. Hell nah! If you keep turning into Chainsaw Man, we'll be showing you Nayuta's corpse. Denji doesn't know how to respond. I heard that you long to live a normal life. Simply stop transforming, and that dream comes true, with Nayuta at your side. This is your chance to be human again, Denji. You'll go to the same school as always. I can even hang out with you as a friend. You'll go home to those who love you, Nayuta and the dogs. Live as a human, Denji. You'll be happy even without being Chainsaw Man, won't you? Denji looks over and he says, but I want to be Chainsaw Man. I want everybody to pay attention to me. Did you understand me? If you turn into Chainsaw Man, public safety will kill Nayuta. I don't want that either, but I also don't want to stop being Chainsaw Man. I want people to fight protesters for me. Look, Denji, the time has come for you to choose between Nayuta's life and your greedy desires. Two! I choose two choices. You can only choose one. I choose both. Don't you care if Nayuta dies? Protesters, assemble! Kill this guy for me! He's dumber than I thought. Denji! Denji! Nayuta! And we see Nayuta call from Denji and run into him and hug him. You stink! Because I haven't had a bath. It's too soon to let them meet. Huh? You weren't done yet? Listen to me, Denji. You were about to choose Nayuta's life and get sent home together. Why? Whatever this must have proven it to you. If you turn into Chainsaw Man, public safety will kill Nayuta. Excuse me? Denji, tell this guy to F off. Now. And Denji looks up at Bushido. You done? Then we're going home. And as he says that, Bushido says, did he not understand me? And we get a variety show. We see Asa in a bunny suit. Oh, that girl who appeared on the show is really cute. Well, if I learned how to try makeup tricks on my hair, then I could probably surpass her, but that's a lot of work, and it's not like I want to be cute, so it's not like I can't, I just don't want to. That girl's only attribute is being cute, but I'm also pretty smart, so overall, I'm way ahead of her. Oh, it wasn't Asa on the TV, it was a different girl. I see now. Funny. Crazy that Yoru has to deal with that. Movie. And then we see, oh, so they're imagining themselves as the girls on the TV. And so now we see Yoru as the girl in the movie. This actress is really good. Wait, but being a really good actress means that you're a really good liar. So that's not really a good thing for your everyday life. If I practice really hard, I could probably become an actress, but I don't want to become because I'm against lying. Though if someone would offer me a job, I might do it. The celebrity lifestyle can really mess you up, so I probably have an overall better life than her. I'm glad I've never been approached by Street on the Scouts, though if I did overall become an actress, I would. Do you ever shut up? And that is where the second volume ends. Yeah, these are a really cool string of chapters. I was really happy to get the aquarium. Uh, that's probably one of my favorite stories from all of part two. But I also really like Nayuta's introduction. I think they're a wonderful character, and they add a lot of spice to the story because of what, like, obviously it's the control devil, but it's not Makima, but it's a very interesting dynamic that they've chosen to take in here. And all while setting up this crazier story of two Chainsaw Man? Question mark. How are you feeling though?
Yeah, this is wild. I think that there's been a lot of really interesting choices. Like you were saying this shit with the aquarium, and she just turned that whole shit into
The spear.
like a weapon. It was such a creative way of kind of like working the system and just collecting all that money just to big brain it like that. That was like, that's something that's going to stick out to me because this power system is so crazy that something like that could happen. You know what I mean? And I just hadn't fully wrapped my head around like the concept. And that was just such a solidifying moment. And then, yeah, seeing like, I don't know, there's been a lot of interesting interactions, but then just seeing Denji just on his own being kind of a badass also.
I love that we get all of
It's been
the
sick.
development from Denji, but then when he turns into Chainsaw Man, you see that regression immediately. I want sex. I want sex. It's like it's almost like I I love Denji, and I'm not a fan of Chainsaw Man. And I think that is the take you're supposed to have going into this. Because like at the beginning when Asa is having her like breakdown or like her crash out on Chainsaw Man fans, and they're like they'll defend him over anything. I hate Chainsaw Man. But then he's even able to come through to her and like reach her point of view because he's Denji and he's like, there's reasons to keep on living. You don't have to be miserable day in and day out. It's an interesting dichotomy, and it's like that dramatic irony because we know Denji's Chainsaw Man, but she doesn't. It Wonderful character development from the Falling Devil fight. Um, Man, I really like this stretch of chapters a lot. It's really cool to reread
Yeah, it
this
was
string of
interesting. It's one of the more interesting like devils, and that's a pretty high bar. There's been some really interesting implementations of devils either on our side or against us, but like that was,
Well, and it's like when you think of
it's just such an
falling,
interesting concept.
because like falling is, yeah, it's like an interesting concept. And then when you think about it, when you're having those falling dreams, like those are like what I think is like the concept he was going for behind like the falling devil being as strong as it is that
Mm-hmm.
it is a primal fear that like when you have those dreams, I think everyone at least once in their life has experienced it. When you wake up when you hit the ground, it sucks. That it sucks. It is a primal fear, and I think they conveyed it in a really creative way. And then also dropping a fucking
Yeah.
building, like that
I
was
mean, if you were to literally look up a list of fears, one of the most common fears across all of humanity and all of history is a fear of heights. And
Yeah,
it's just kind of like, I don't know, it's like it's really interesting to see how it was just like, it's just such a creepy design, and it's just such a bizarre characterization, but I thought it was done extremely well.
yeah. I'm really excited to see um the later reveals and how you react to them. How are you feeling about the series so far, though, compared to part one? Are you enjoying it as much, more, or less?
There's definitely parts of it that I am enjoying more. It's seeing Denji like actually kind of develop and getting these side characters more fleshed out and whatnot. I think that it across the board is kind of a more likable cast than we've had before. Um, I don't know if that's a hot take, but it just seems like they're getting a little bit more attention to like the interactions than what I remember from part one. So it's like so all across the board, I think it's like kind of stepping up, and I felt that way about like the latter half of part one as well. It just feels like the start was really rough for me for this series in particular, but like it started to like smooth out and get the ball rolling, and it felt at first like we lost a bit of momentum at the end of part one going into part two, but now I'm starting to like see like you know the bigger picture and like and the vision, and you know like it, this is crazy, it's truly insane.
Yeah. Well, uh, yeah, this has been peak. I'm like I said, it's super cool that we're crushing it, and I don't know if we'll be
Less than 100
definitely.
to go.
Yeah, actually it is less than 100. That is crazy. Uh, dude, it could be 2 weeks from now. We could be catching up on the end. That is crazy to think about.
do you want
Crushed
to
it.
do you want to call it now and say that we'll start earlier next week?
Yeah, we can call it now. I think 2 volumes is a perfect place. I think this is a good point to end it.
Yeah, and then next time we can shoot for a little bit of a chunkier batch, you know.
Heck yeah, I'm definitely down for that. So make sure y'all keep an eye out. Join the Discord if you haven't. Links in the description. Um, Follow the socials. I post on there never. I post as every now and then. Um, yeah, this has been enjoyable, and I can't wait to see y'all next time. And peace out, gang. Have a wonderful day.